Oh, yeah. Can we? Can we talk? All right now. Hello, Annette. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you, Anita?
I'm blessed and highly favored.
Yes,
And hello, movers. How are you all tonight? Thank you so much for tuning in. You have tuned in to Can We Talk, brought to you by Movement Worldwide with your co-host Anita Faye Wilson and Annette L. Anderson. We are a motivational organization there to educate minds, empower, nurture, and transform. We are a movement to move. Yes, we are a movement to move. We want to help you thrust into your purpose so that you can start living the best version of yourself and do what? Win. We tapped into some winning information. We have some winning resources. We're seated at the winner's table and we invite you to sit right along with us. Right, Annette?
yeah, that is so right. We come on every Wednesday and we have this big spread. You know how Thanksgiving is? You can't wait to the turkey and all the trimmings and the greens and all the stuff that you don't really need to be eating anyway.
Yes, yes,
But this
yes.
is a different kind of meal and a different type of spread. So we have the table ready for you tonight.
Well, as the saints used to say, where the table is spread and the feast of the Lord is going on. Yes, yes, yes. We have a table spread and we invite you all to take a seat and get some of this good. We got some good stuff going on. We love to share. We don't keep it to ourselves. We believe in sharing the wealth. We share everything, all of the information, all of the
Yes.
knowledge. You don't know how to do something. We got somebody who does. We'll share it with
Come
you.
on
I don't
now.
know what it is about people who like, you want to get somebody to do something for you. They won't give you the number. They're like, well, I'll call them for you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I believe in calling somebody's like, can I give this person your number? But I don't mind passing it. I pass on all my information. But, in the industry, and I work in the music industry, everybody be trying to keep that stuff and everybody try to make a profit over people off of people that they know. I mean, I get it to some degree with like PR reps and stuff like that. But if somebody needs like a musician or they need, come on, just get a number. What you holding it for? Anyway, so that's how we do. That's how we do. That's how we do. Now, here's the thing. We're going to step into our conversation tonight, y'all. We are not psychologists. We say that often, but we are what, Annette?
Lifelologist.
We are lifeologists. We've lived, we've experienced some things, and we like to share them from a practical place. But before we get into our discussion, we ask that you do a couple of favors. Please, that video that you're watching, please make sure you hit the thumbs up, hit that like button, like that video, and leave a comment. Like the video and say a little something, something. Leave a comment. Let us know you're here. Also, click that arrow. There's an arrow at the bottom that says share. Click that arrow. You can share it on your Facebook. You can share it to your Facebook page. You could also share the message, which I saw it pop up again this week, and that it was gone last week. But you can share it in Messenger. So share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with Lottie Dottie and everybody. Let them know. All right, now Anita and Annette are on. You want to come, you want to get into this conversation. So share this video, like, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. The other thing is that you can. Hello, Sharon. Oh, here she is. Hello, Sharon. Prophetess Sharon Elaine Green, the preacher extraordinaire, and the person who needs no help going into prayer. That rhyme, the preacher extraordinaire, and the person who needs no help going into prayer, extraordinaire prayer. I had some little silly just tonight, y'all. But listen, we ask that you please subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to YouTube, subscribe to our Facebook channel. But also, you can sow a seed. We are a nonprofit organization, and what you
Yeah.
sow into this ministry is good seed into good soil. And we always pray that it comes back to you 100-fold. So you can sow a seed via Cash App. Our Cash App is $ Movement Worldwide. Again, $ Movement Worldwide. Or come into covenant with us. We invite you to come into covenant by becoming a patron. And the way you become a patron, how do you become a patron? I'm so glad you asked. You asked great questions. You become a patron by going to our website, movementworldwide.org. There's a patron button that sits at the top, says become a patron. It will take you to patreon.com where you can set up your account. You can set your amount. We ask for $12 a month. That's 40 cents a day. But you can set your own amount, as most have done, and give us an offering of more than what we asked for. And we're greatly appreciative. But guess what? We're appreciative of $5, $1, $100, $1,000,
Amen.
$10, whatever your seed is. We're grateful because we are a nonprofit and we go off of the seeds that are sown. And we are grateful even if you don't have anything, but the fact that you are here means so much to us. The fact that you came here and you're seated at your computer, you're looking on your phone, and you're watching us with this broadcast today, that means more to us than anything. So we appreciate your presence and we appreciate your kindness. So now, without further ado, uh, oh, the other thing you can do is follow us on all social media platforms. Look for that globe at the top right up there. Look for that globe that says movement. That's our acronym, Movement Worldwide, motivational organization geared to educate minds, empower, nurture, and transform. You can also email us at info@movementworldwide.org. Now, without further ado, we're going to go on to the next part. Hello, Linda. Hello, Shell. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Annette, who is right here with me. So now we're going to go to our first part of our conversation. We start off with our transformational topic. The transformational topic is the idioms and phrases that we use. We use these idioms and phrases that they make you go, You know that song that Arsenio had? Well, it wasn't Arsenio. Somebody made the song because he used to do things that make you go, hmm. And somebody came out with things that make you go, hmm. So we have those things that make you go, hmm. So we're going to have our conversation, our transformational topic, which is idioms and phrases that make you think. We give you practical information. We give you all kinds of information just to make you think about things from a different light. So we're going to go with our transformational topic tonight. Our
Yes.
topic tonight is a very different one, and it is make a long story short. Make a long story short. Now, how many times have you heard that phrase? Well, to make a long story short, and usually when people are using that phrase, it's because they're in the middle of an incredibly long story or at the end of a or they're about to go into an incredibly long story. So don't get it twisted. Usually, when you see somebody with that statement, it's like, uh-oh, here we go. And that's usually the case. But we're going to talk about that tonight. That is our transformational topic. It is an idiom, it is a phrase very commonly used. Make a long story short. Usually, you hear somebody say to make a long story short, which is usually to indicate that you're providing just the basic facts rather than giving a lengthy explanation for something. This common phrase, with this phrase, you're telling somebody, well, I want to cut to the chase, I want to give you the answer. And usually in very important conversations, the one that's speaking is very in tune to the need of the information that they are conveying. And on the other hand, the one who's receiving the information usually wants the person who's talking to just get to the point. All right, already, just give me the information. Just get to the point. So, being a vocal coach, I have to use a strategy to teach my clients, and I share with them some information up front. I always start off by giving them that wow moment, that bang, where they'll tell me something. When I go to this note, this happens and that happens, and so then once I get into the lesson and I'm giving them the instructions, I'll go to this moment, which is like a wow moment, and I'll do something with that student that makes them realize that the situation that they're having a problem with, that is very fixable. And they're like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I wasn't singing this note this way. I wasn't doing this way. So I get that little wow moment where they're like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. So those are the things that I do in the beginning. Because in a lot of cases, people don't like to take the time to get the information. They want to get to the moment. They want to get to that point. So I start off sharing basics and I show them that big thing. And then once I get past the big thing and they actually come into my presence, I start breaking it down and I take them back and start dealing with the bigger issues. I start hitting them with those things in my regular lessons that is teaching them as we go. So I have to take them back to learn all of the in-between facts. See, when you're dealing with something when somebody's giving you the big story, they're giving you like the cut version, or as we say so often, the cutting across the yard. So when somebody's cutting across the yard with something, you're not getting all of it. You're just getting some of it, but they're leaving out some of the stuff, because they're saving, they're trying to save time and tell you a big story in a small amount of time. So I want to tell you something though, because this is what happens when you take people through that long story short. Sometimes they receive it better because it's a quick way to get across a very valid or valuable point, a very big point. So one of the longest stories that was made short in the Bible is John 3:16. Because there's a whole lot that happened in between. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot between that. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. See, there's a whole lot that went on all the way from creation to getting all the way to Jesus being born and being crucified, dead, and buried, and getting up and going and ascending into heaven, sitting at the right hand of the Father, who is able to give us the everlasting life that we will have once we reach heaven. There's a whole lot that has happened in that time frame. But what that verse does is it takes all of that history, all of that information, and it takes a long story and makes it short. I have an even shorter one for you, because when it boils down to it, because we're Christians and we like to give a Christian concept of the things that we're talking about. I have it summed up in 2 words: Jesus saves. Period.
Oh, come on.
Talk about making a long story short. So sometimes, and this can go for any walk of life. Sometimes when you're dealing with people, they don't like to take the time to get the full information. Sometimes you have to save that for later, because I may get you with, we always say that's that scripture when we're dealing with the salvific message. For God so loved the world, that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believes in him, hallelujah, should not perish, but have everlasting life. Here's the thing in all of that. We're taking this long story about God and his awesomeness and how he created the world. We're leaving out all of the details about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, all the stuff about Noah and Moses and the rainbow and all of the beautiful things that we walk through in scriptures. So there's a whole lot that's in between from the beginning when we're talking about for God so loved the world. Yes, he loved the world. He made it. He fearfully and wonderfully made man, went inside a man, pulled out a rib and made woman. And he breathed into us the breath of life. All of those awesome and creative things have happened, but all we got was for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. And then when we hear that story condensed like that, that's when it starts to make a real difference in our lives, and it makes us want to. It makes us want. It's like, oh my God, I hear that and I want to hear it. Oh my God, I want to hear it more and more and more. I want to know more about this Jesus. And so that's why you make that long story. Even when you're trying to teach your children, sometimes don't sit them down and talk for an hour. Because guess what? It's going in one ear and out the other, and all they're hearing is peanuts. Womp, 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 womp. And you know what? When I was 16, womp, 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 and they don't even hear it. And they might hear you tell the same story about 10 years later, like, oh, that happened to you when you were 16. Child, I done told you this story a million times. That's because you tell the whole story. Just make a long story short. If you make a long story short, it gets across better. People will receive it better, because why? It's condensed. You've made something huge small. So that's where my word is coming from tonight. Y'all know I like to take a word and deal with it from an intransitive and a transitive state of verb, particularly. And the verb tonight, I took the word condense, because that's what we're doing when we take something long and go, we're condensing it. And that word, the transitive verb, a transitive verb needs an object to make sense. An intransitive verb makes sense without one. The transitive verb means to make something powerful, dense, or compact. So you're going to take all the power of that information, all the power of that story, all the power of that word, all the power of that, and bring it down into one simple phrase: Jesus saves. You're going to bring it all the way down to, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, and whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. Bring all of that down to, if you just do this with your tongue and go, oh, I lift the resonating cavity, the note is going to come out. Oh, really? Oh my God. But let me go back and show you how all of this stuff works. You see where I'm going? So the thing is, I may get you in by telling you, and showing you some things real quick. But once you sit down and listen and learn the information that comes with the voice lessons, then you will understand. it will make so much sense to you. Because why? I have taken something big and powerful and I've made it dense, like a nutrient dense meal, small in size, and it looks like it's a little bit. But when I make my raw spinach soup, it comes out to that. But the stuff that goes in, you're like, you put all that in it? Yes, but when it condenses down, it's a meal that I can eat as a soup. But it has like 5 or 6 different vegetables in it. So that's the thing. You can make something big, small. Now, the intransitive tense of this verb means to undergo condensation, which means to compress to a concise form. Ow! Look at God. When I compress, when you compress something to a concise form, means you are giving a lot of information clearly in just a few words. Brief but comprehensive. That's what that means. I'm coming to you concise, giving you a whole lot of stuff in just a few words. I'm going to be brief, but guess what? It's going to come out with a bang. It's going to be comprehensive. It's going to be life-changing and powerful. And that's what we mean by make a long story short. Compendous, yes. Somebody gave some word up in here. Let me see.
Uh-huh.
Where is it? Right here. I learned a new word. The other that is now my favorite word, compendous. Compendious. Okay, compendious is marked by brief expression or comprehensive matter, a concise and comprehensive. Hallelujah! Oh my God! I got to open my sounds up. Oh my God! I put the live one up there for you. That's what I'm talking about right there. Thank you so much for that. What do you have to say, Annette?
You know what? You said something very interesting about how people can tell that story over and over, but it's a condensed of that story when it's been condensed that you may grasp the concept. Because I'm telling you, I've listened to people and their mouth be moving, and I just be looking at their mouth. I don't know what they're talking about because my brain is shut down because they're going on and on. But if you can bring it in, even as a preacher, we have to learn how to do that. You know,
Come on.
we do because we got a lot of information, but some of it's for us, you know. So yeah. I don't know if you ever been like that, Anita, where you just be watching them and their mouth moving. You like,
all the time, but you know what? That's what happens that's why I said with the children, you can't go so deep all the time. You got to give them a little room and stop with a womp 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 because that's what it ends up being. It's just womp 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 sounds. You don't hear nothing. You're like, oh my God, I wish my mama was shut. And you're one of your children on here. I know she done felt it many a day. But you just be fussing. It's like, and they hear you, but they don't hear you. They hear you, but they're not listening. They have tuned you completely out. They're looking at you like you got 3 eyes. You know that's what they're doing. Why are you looking at me like that? Because you're talking too long.
I don't know because I know I was.
It happens. So, hey, at the end of the day, look. What we have to do is to learn to do it so simple and so concise that even though we got something to say, we might be saying it might be powerful, but at the end of the day, we don't have to use every minute on the clock to say what we got to say. Just get to the point and make a long story short. Oh my God. There you go. Get to the point, Anita. I see you over there hiding and make a long story short. Oh, man. All righty. Well, that's a good one. Exactly. Sounding like Charlie Brown's teacher. That's what they do. All right, good people. So we're going to pause for a minute. But before we do, can we talk, Annette? Can we? Oh, she got a mug today, y'all.
Hey, Nita, I had to, while you was talking, making a long story short.
I knew exactly where you were going, Annette. I knew exactly where you were going. She's about I'm mentally singing on the good ship, lollipop. Oh God, man. Yes, it is needed for most of Clubhouse. Thank you so much. Can we talk in that?
Oh yeah, girl.
Can we talk? Boom, boom, boom. So we're gonna pause for a second, and we're gonna go to our a word from the quoteologist herself. We're going to have a word from Annette L. Anderson, the quoteologist, our Annettism, and we're going to be right back. But don't go anywhere. You have time to share this broadcast with someone and let them know that Anita and Annette are on, and it's on and popping. They are talking on. Ooh, I keep rapping in that. I need to be a rapper. I do not need to be a rapper. All right, good people. So we're gonna pause for our Annettism. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. You have time to invite someone. We're gonna pause right now.
If I'm to become a better version of me, I must stop saying whatever will be, but take an inventory of my life to see my flaws and my failures, yet God had mercy. Now I've learned to pray and take a knee, so Lord, just help to draw me closer to thee. God, thank you for moving so suddenly that my salvation came with a guarantee that his only son was sent as a legacy so I'd have eternal life and walk in victory. This is Annettism's Expressions.
Somebody said, "What's in your cup, your mug, Anita?" I don't know if you can see it, but it's ice water. Oh, you can see it. See the ice? Y'all know.
Yeah, ain't nothing in mind, child.
Oh, gosh.
Shame on me. All righty. All right, we're going to get moving. All right, we're going to have the power tool now. Okay. There are some matters and experiences that causes people to become hurt, fractured, or broken spiritually and emotionally. Sometimes it just takes a conversation to mend the broken-hearted spirit. In some cases, a Band-Aid won't do it. You need a power tool.
Power tool.
All right. Tonight, we're going to be talking about something very interesting. And I'm going to do a disclaimer because I don't have all the answers. I know some stuff, but our power tool for tonight is tell me how you want to be loved. Tell me how you want to be loved.
All righty.
Okay. This
this
is yeah. This.
Open up your heart. Speak your mind. I won't know unless you communicate with them. Tell me, baby. Tell me how you wanna be loved. Oh.
Yes, this song that you just heard was by our very own Anita singing, and she wrote it. So kudos.
Actually, I'm not singing it. That is Bingo Cannoli singing.
That sound like
you. Might
you.
sound like me. No, that's actually Bingo Cannoli of the Cannoli Brothers.
Well,
I wrote it and produced it.
He got you then because I could have sworn it was you. But she wrote it, so you didn't sing any of it. I listened to most of the song. You're not on the lyrics at all?
Backgrounds.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All righty. So you got a chance to hear this song, and it's a very interesting topic. And we all have struggled. So here we go. This is a story that many can't answer. We have struggled in the different areas in our lives: romantic, love, self-love, family love, and the list go on and on. But what I found out in my own life, that once we find out what God says about love, then we can determine how we want to be loved. Given the importance of the need to be loved, it isn't surprising that most of us believe that a significant deterrent of our happiness is whether we feel loved and cared for. A flower answers the question. A flower offers the answer. Or does it? The first petal say he loves or she loves me. The second petal say she or he loves me not. You pick all the petals from the flower, and the final petal will tell you he or she loves you or not. While this may be a wonderful game, we know that love itself is not a game. Some people really thrive off of words of affirmation and acknowledgement of love. Other people need to be shown love, and it varies how this is determined depending on each person's desires or need. The Word of God gives us some steps to how we should be loved. because so many times we're looking for love in all the wrong places, and we're searching, and we have this desire that somebody needs to love us. 1 Corinthians 13:4-8 in NIV says these words: love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no records of wrong. So when you begin to look at this small definition of what love is, most of us already fail. There are times when we're self-seeking, and there are times we're mad, and we keep records of wrongs. That was my thing. I keep record so I can remind you just how terrible and how you did me wrong. And I wasn't always patient. So many of us are not always kind. And a lot of times there's envy, and we want to boast and brag, and we're doing the most in this relationship, whether it be a friendship or a romantic relationship or whatever the case may be. But when I just want to look at just a few words that that jumped out at me when I was preparing. And what the first word is patience. It's long tempered, to defer anger, refusing to retaliate with anger because of human reasoning being proper. So if you're going to have love the way you want it, you got to learn patience. And patience is very difficult, because how can you love someone when they're not even lovable? And let's not even talk about a man and a woman relationship. Even sometimes with our children, you've done all you can. I've known mothers that be up all night crying because they don't know where their children are. The children in the streets or in jail or whatever. And you're trying to be patient. So, I love this boy, I love this girl, but my patience is weighing. It's beginning to be too much. And so this is why it's so important to go to the word, because the word will help you establish why you really love someone. Then also to be kind, to show oneself useful, act a certain way, to show be mild, and say, you know what, even though you've tore up from the flow up, I'm still going to be kind to you. Now, I may not go back in my pockets and give you any money, especially for those of us who have relatives that's on drugs and all other kind of things. So we learn how to be patient, and we learn how to be kind. And it's so difficult because you just want to be loved. And the problem with wanting to be loved is, do you know how to love? See, we are looking for somebody to love us, but have we learned how to love somebody? And then I looked at the word envy, the jealousy, the jealousy. It actually talks about, when I looked up that word, it talks about in the Greek, the sound of boiling water. It means to bubble over because it's so hot. It means boiling. It means to burn with zeal. And so many of us are envious, and we're boiling over, like this text says. The Greek meaning to boil like water, and we become envious. And then even in siblings, even in households where there's brothers, sometimes we're envious of the other children. Like, I was the oldest, so I had an issue, because I had that bubbling over mentality, because I'm like, why do I have to take care of my siblings? So I had to learn how to deal with that, because there's so many levels of love on so many levels. So many times we struggle. Then I looked at envy, with me jealous, and I looked at looked, and I said, well, God, what are you saying? He said, I'm trying to teach you the steps to love, because first, I've learned this, Anita. Before I can love anybody properly, I had to get to a place I learned how to love myself. And so one of the biggest issues that we struggle with, and this is not everybody's story, but one of the biggest issues that we loathe ourselves. We don't like what we see in the mirror. We don't affirm ourselves. We don't love on ourselves. We don't even think worthy of ourselves. And then we have the audacity to get in a relationship with somebody and bring them in that relationship. We got 5 suitcases that been packed for 20 years, and we don't want to pack it because we like what's in it. So we have to learn how to love ourselves. And when I began to look at love, and I found these words of love that someone had wrote to the person they love. And these are the words: say, how can I express my feelings when these feelings take my breath away? How can I measure my love for you when love compares to nothing else and when love exceeds all categories and all expectations? No words can express these realities. No word can express my love for you because you are indescribable. This is what we're looking for. And my love for you is inimaginable. Simply looking into your eyes sending me through a whirlwind of intense emotions. Just one brief smile from you fills my life with radiance and joy until the day I met you. I never knew love like this before. And I know this is something you'll find in a greeting card, and so many of us ladies and gents, and we're looking for somebody. These are just some of the qualities we want. We want somebody to take our breath away. We want to love them, but we have to be careful that we don't give everything to that person, because when you give everything, there's nothing left for God. And so I'm learning that I got to build my relationship with God. I got to get to a place that I'm able to, love you. Yes, yes. But I also need to love God. Whether I'm raising my children, I needed to love God before I loved them. I needed that because then I could have been a better mother. And then I'm not saying love is perfect. I'm not saying that you won't fall in some areas. I'm saying that you learn how to love yourself. So the Song of Solomon, 8 chapter 8, verse 7 said, many waters cannot quench love, neither can the floods drown it. If a man who would give all the substance of his house for love, it can be utterly condemned. So we have to be so careful. And then I'm almost finished, and I want to talk about, how in Song of Solomon, talk about quench. It means to extinguish. It talks about flood, the river, substance, wealth. And, so many times we're looking for something. And I think the problem is this, Anita, a lot of us have looking for something, but we have not identified what we're looking for. We know we're looking for something, and we say we'll know it when we find it. I disagree with that, because you won't know it when you find it, because you don't know what it is. So that's why it's so important that you go to the Word of God. And finally, I want to say this. These are words of love yet to be found. You have been elusive to me in so many ways, but because of my infatuation turned out to be you, I feel as if sometimes I may have been fooled, yet I know you're out there. I know you're there. I mean, how could I have seen your face and still overlooked you? This is somebody who yet to find love. How could I have heard your voice, utter words, and not found anyone that sound like you? Are you in the stars every time I look up? Of course you are. You are the clouds in the skies, the songs the birds sing every morning. You are everywhere, really. I know you are real. I just constantly wonder, why have I not found you yet? And this is a love yet to be found. And so if you want to learn how to be loved, first learn what God says about love. How he breaks it down and tell you love is this, love is that, love is, and he goes on and it goes on and on. And you may not get all of those right, but I guarantee you, if you start really looking at that, and when I looked at my life, and I looked at some of the relationships, when my children's father, and I looked at, I didn't know anything about the word. So I didn't know how to love. I didn't know about patience. I didn't know about kindness, because what happens when you know this is the person you're supposed to be with? You're sure, you say God told you, but what if that person is not lining up with what you think he should be? So this is where you're going to have to learn patient, kind. You're going to have to learn how to stand. You're going to have to learn how to pray, and you're going to have to seek God and ask for answers. Do I have all the answers to love? No, I don't. But I know the Bible tells me how to love, and also tells me how to love myself. This is not just telling me how to love my husband, but it's telling me, hey, be patient with yourself, be kind with yourself. Make sure you don't walk around in pride with yourself. Don't boast all the time about yourself. Don't dishonor yourself. These are things that we sabotage our own self with. And if you do want to be loved, I believe, with my limited knowledge of love, I believe that first you have to love yourself. And then you'll learn how to love others. Tell me how you want to be loved. And that's all I want to share tonight.
Yes. And you know what's oh my God, what's so powerful about that? I want to play the beginning of this song because there's something that he says in the beginning.
I just wanna hear you say what you really wanna say without hesitation. Ain't no
Without hesitation.
What do you want me to do?
See, here's the thing. When you were talking about that, it's like it brought back so much power because this song was written for a play. I wrote a stage, well, I didn't write the stage play. Claudette Freeman wrote the stage play, but she wrote it because she was inspired by some songs I had written. And the songs were all about, how love was just messed up. People, this day and age, I don't even, monogamy is not an issue anymore. It's like, certain stuff that just goes on in relationships that just don't, is not like it used to be. And so I wrote this song, and in the play, it came to a part where, okay, but the girl was in love with this guy. He was like playing around like he in love with her. And he's like, well, you never are certain, and you're never concise about what you mean. So tell me. He said, I want to hear you say what you want to say without hesitation and without reservation. Tell me what you want me to do. How do you want to be loved? And we never, ever, we don't even ask ourselves that question. We just go diving into something and call it falling in. And my whole thing is that, just like I decided to love Christ, I have to decide to love another person. It's a decision, not a mistake. I ain't falling nowhere. That's eros. We fall in and out of that all through relationships. But when we actually go into a relationship for the long haul, it's a decision. And that right there, because the way I want you to love me, I want you to decide that when you don't like the way I chew, you ain't going nowhere. That's how you do it right there. But you said so many, it's like, I'm telling you, I said my toes was hurt. I said, gosh, my toes hurt. There's some hurting toes in here. Somebody said, my toes hurting too. So it's like there's some hurt toes because we don't really think about it along those fronts. And then we're always sold on the pipe dream or the rhetoric and the myths and the colloquialisms about love. And we don't even look at it. And all you have to do is walk through scripture and the Bible will tell you.
It'll tell you.
It's patient. It's kind. I mean, it's like, what? Yes, that's what love is.
Like we said, you want a husband? All right. You want a husband? You really want one, right? Let's be patient and kind. Okay. Are you gonna click when he don't say something you like? No, you know what I'm saying? Are you gonna do that? I want a husband. I wanted this. I wanted that. Okay. Well, then ask God to help. And I'm talking my doggone self. Help me to be the person I'm supposed to be.
Exactly.
Well, I had self-loathing for myself a long time, but I used to love myself. So yeah.
Man,
you got 5 suitcases, he got 7. Y'all in trouble.
In trouble. Bags packed before you even get in the house. Good. Oh, child. I got some stories. I'm sure there's some stories up on here.
Yeah.
I said, wow. So listen, without further ado, we got to get to the tea time topics, but this was powerful, y'all. And please let us know what you want to talk about, because this is some stuff right here. When we go into Power Tool, we don't hold back no bars.
No.
Everything is not going to be by Hola Rashonda. This is some stuff. This is some real life stuff that we dealt with tonight. And I'm going back and watching this again because I have to get that information in me to really sink in and really like live it. It's so powerful. So thank you so much, Annette, for the Power Tool. We're going to pause right now for our commercial break. I can't wait to redo the commercials. I keep saying I'm going to do it. I actually did do some tweaks. Y'all probably don't notice, but I have some stuff to add because we got some information and some new people that we partnered with, some other like broadcasts and stuff on Clubhouse and some podcasts and stuff. I'm adding all of that stuff to our commercials this week. But listen, there's a whole lot that goes on behind closed doors. Yeah. Stay in touch, stay connected, and bring somebody, because it's going down right here each and every Wednesday, and we don't leave no stones left unturned. So without further ado, we're going to go to our commercial break. We'll be right back. You still have time to invite somebody because the tea time is coming, y'all. So make sure you go and invite a friend. Tell them, come on. You can still get in. All right, we'll be right back.
Walk into your God-given destiny with power and conviction with Power Walk Sunday. Each and every Sunday at 10 a.m. live on multiple platforms. TNT, that's Tuesday Night Talk with Annette L. Anderson, every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. live on multiple platforms. Go where you can soar. That's Speak It, Orate It, Articulate It, and Reverberate It. When we eat well, we live well, and all will be well. Go to elbewell.com, join the journey, and take your life back. You can also join Eat Well, Live Well, Be Well every second and fourth Saturday at 3 p.m. for Be Well, a health and wellness series. If you don't have your copy, get yours today at Amazon.com. That's Living Life One Quote at a Time by Annette L. Anderson. Helping us grow spiritually together. Tired of the fluff and puff of playing church? Ready to be a powerful vessel? Ready to work the word? Join Connie Green every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on Facebook Live. And we're here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. live with Can We Talk? Your co-hosts, Annette L. Anderson and Anita Faye Wilson, with Tea Time Topics, where we discuss trending subjects and current events. You can also discuss these with your Can We Talk coffee mug. Email us at info@movementworldwide.org. They're $15, and that includes shipping. Make a donation via Cash App at $Movement Worldwide, or go to our website, click the Patreon button, and sow a seed of $12 per month. That's 40 cents a day. Whatever the seed, it's greatly appreciated. Be sure to follow us on all platforms. Click the notification button, subscribe, like, and don't forget to share. It's that time. Tea Time Topics.
Yes, Tea Time Topics, Tea Time Topics. I love Tea Time Topics. I do love Tea Time Topics, y'all. We get to have a chat. We get to go in, and we're going to go straight into our Tea Time Topics tonight. Boom. Now, listen, if you were not tuned in, my God, today, if you were not tuned in, and, hey, like, my sister was like, oh, it's all rap tonight. I'm like, girl, that's a good lineup. I was like, whatever. Rap takes over Super Bowl halftime. Balance and celebration and protest. Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, Mary J. Blige, and even 50 Cent. Listen, this was the most powerful thing. Oldies generation on pop music's most watched stage leading up to the Super Bowl's halftime show. Much ado was made over the fact that this would be the first year that hip hop occupied the center of the concert. It was marketing copy that overlooked the glaring lateness of the achievement, that rap was finally getting the spotlight in perhaps the 20-something year of hip hop occupying the center of American pop music. Does progress this delay still count as a breakthrough? Somebody answer that question for me. After several years of grappling with an assortment of racial controversies, the NFL likely wanted credit for showcasing Black music, especially hip hop. The performances were almost uniformly excellent. Lamar was stunning. Snoop Dogg was confident beyond measure. A veteran of high pressure comfort, Eminem, insular, was ever still emanating robust tensions. 50 Cent came in upside down. Man, I mean, just powerful. I was like, at first I couldn't recognize it because, when you're hanging upside down, your face looked kind of funny. It was awesome. And when we looked at, just this huge family affair of the greatness that took place on the stage, I was definitely impressed by the Super Bowl. Were you impressed in that?
Oh, yeah, of course. I watched it later, but it was really good. And I watched it 2 or 3 times, actually. It was very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know why they were on here, but you had them on here.
Because they were part of the Super Bowl, too.
Oh, yeah, they were part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, she was, they saw before the game.
Right.
And then this chick here, I never heard of her, but she was a country singer, but she sung the national anthem.
She ripped it up.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah.
She ripped it up. I was like, wow. It was powerful. I loved it. I
And
love that.
I love it. And the reason I put them, because I want them to know all the black folks that was there. Not just the one, them 5 or 6 y'all want to talk about. It's 3 more y'all ain't talking about.
But it was powerful
Yeah.
because it you got a chance to see it from that perspective, and it was very tastefully done. It was very good, and the set was amazing. So I'm telling you, it took forever for that genre to get on the stage at the Super Bowl, and I'm just glad that it finally got an opportunity. And I'm not a fan of all the cussing and the negative sides of anything. And there's negative sides in everything. Trust me, there's negative sides in country, rock, and pop, and everything else. However, I love when I can hear good, wholesome music, and it was just good. It was a good time. It was like a big old party, and I enjoyed it. And we definitely give it a bell and an applause. I thought it was great. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
So, all right, fellas, take us on to the next one. We're going to go to our next topic.
Moving, moving, moving. We keep it moving.
All right. I love her. I couldn't pay my rent. That was a Mary J. Blige reveals that she had to go on tour to pay alimony following her divorce. The weekend is bursting at the scene for a single Mary J. Blige, in addition to her performance at the Super Bowl 56 in Los Angeles. This Yonkers native dropped her 15th studio album, Good Morning Gorgeous. After performing the lead single from this project, Rent Money, a vibey jam with Harlem rapper Dave East on an iHeartRadio special with host Angie Martinez. She talked about the song Inspiration. The queen of hip hop soul said Rent Money is about, when I first got divorced, I had to give up all this alimony and I didn't have no money to give because he had spent it all. She explained. Wow. So I had to go, I had to go on tour and make all the money back to pay the alimony. The multi-Oscar nominee says that her finances were so stretched that she didn't have any resources to pay for housing. I didn't have no money to pay my rent and all this other stuff. She continued, but she said the song is a metaphor. Like I didn't have my soul. I was just drained of everything. So it was time for everybody to pay. Sometimes you just feel like somebody gotta pay. And that's her quote. Yeah. But he had spent a lot of her money.
And that happens a lot. And I tell people all the time, we look from the outside looking at you like they got to have a whole lot of money. They don't understand how the music business works. Not everybody is super duper rich. And then, a lot of times when we look at, especially artists that have been out for a while, and sometimes we have, artists who don't do their money wisely, or they are not, they're living in a lifestyle that it's going to take millions and millions and millions of dollars on the regular to maintain. And, usually down through the years, they start downsizing quite a lot because they can't maintain a lifestyle that they have tapped into when they were at the top of their game. And even, even when they don't, sometimes, they are, they just go through something like her. She went through, but she came out shining, on the other side of it because she has a legitimate career and she can always bounce back. So glad she's winning karma now. Now her ex-husband unable to pay his rent. That's what I'm talking about. Now he can't pay his rent. How about that? I'm with you, Jassy. So yeah, so that's the thing. I mean, we all love Mary, and I think she's beautiful. I think she's super talented, and she has carried us through many a day with those songs. 11 years. We think about some of the songs that she's written and sang, and and then too, that's the other thing. A lot of them don't write the music, so they're not making royalties. So we're looking at them like they're the ones making the money, but the record label is robbing them blind, which they do. And then whoever is produced and written or whatever are making the money, and then other people who attach their name and ain't do nothing to the song. So that's a whole nother broadcast. But we give her a bell. We are so happy that she has found her way back. Way to go, way to go, way to go, Mary. All right, fellas, take us to the next one.
Moving, moving, moving. We keep it moving.
Oh man, I did grab another photo for this because I didn't. He's looking off to the side. You can't really see him, but there was no pictures. But there was something that I grabbed from the school for this, and I forgot to put it in. But black this is crazy. Black high school players in New York face racist monkey chants from fans during a game. NIAC Superintendent Udes Budai said the district and board of education stand firmly with the student athletes in the wake of this racist, reprehensible behavior displayed by members of the Pearl River community. We have asked the Pearl River School District for a full investigation and report, and have also asked Section 1 athletes to review this situation with the safety and mental well being of our athletes as a top priority, Budai said. We are making counseling available to any NIAC students in need of support. NIAC student athlete Cameron, I can't say his last name because I think that it looks like it's German, said that he heard the monkey noises at least 3 different times during the game. The students involved will be addressed through the district's code of conduct, he wrote. The actions of these individuals do not in any way represent the values and expectations of our school district or our community. Allowing monkey noises to echo through a gymnasium while an African American player shoots free throws sanctions racism and hatred. Pearl River missed the mark to correct the abhorrent behavior exactly, stop the game, and remove the offenders. That is what should have been done. But I watched the video and I was so disgusted. I didn't want to play it on here. I was so disgusted. The boy is shooting free throws that he made, and they're in the audience making monkey sounds and noises and cheetah noises. You know, that's such a racially oh, I'm just, I want to spit fire. That's how hot and mad I am when I think about this story. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I saw the video too, and that's why I'm glad you didn't show the video. That gave him too much power, but it's very interesting that, and these are kids. I think they've done that. So where they come from?
Yeah, they came from home where their parents are talking.
So there's all this learned. That's right. Yeah, let's start at the kitchen table, teaching your children better. Now, granted, we raise our children; they don't always do what we want them to do. We teach them better, but it was really offensive, very offensive.
Yeah. It's learned behavior. And you know what? This, for whoever's in that audience, we give it a big old womp womp. And I hope they get to the bottom of it. I'm like, somebody knows something. Somebody know. People know, and they should have stopped the game. How you gonna let that go on? And you got your star player shooting free throws. He the one taking y'all behinds all the way to the top. Foolishness. I'm so disgusted by that. Come on, fellas. Let's take us on to the next one before I get mad enough to stop.
Don't get moving. We keep it moving.
What you say there? Don't get mad enough to spit fire. It just angers me. This one angers me too.
Oh yeah. But what's up with these father and son, white men? All right, 2 white men shot at FedEx driver while he was delivering packages in Brookhaven, Mississippi neighborhood on January 24th. It was close to 7 p.m. DeMonterio Gibson, 24, said he had delivered a package to a residence when he noticed a white pickup truck pulling out from behind the house. The truck approached the FedEx driver and started honking his horn. Gibson recalled, this man is fully gainfully employed by FedEx, doing his job, and still you hold off and try to chase him and cut him off and shoot at him multiple times. They shot at the man. It's sickening to be that hateful and that racist, that full of malice just because of the color of one's skin. This is the most frightening experience one could face as a young black man, Brian said. And then not only that, they continued to chase him until he got to the freeway. So what? And this is such a valid question. He says, so what would have happened if they were able to cut me off?
They would have killed him.
They would have killed him. Yeah. He had on his clothes and everything. So what's up with in that obviously that learned behavior. That's why we got the Aubrey killer, father and son.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where did he get that from? Yeah, okay.
They feel empowered.
Mm-hmm.
They feel empowered, and it is a sad day when we look at how this society has gotten to the point that you look at them and they have smirks. They have smirks on their faces, and I'm like, I'm
Well,
just
let them keep on, Nita. They'll be bunking by the other father and son who got life.
okay. It's like, oh, so you want to laugh? You want to have a smirk on your face when you just chase down this kid? I mean, when you look at this, I mean, that's somebody's child. He looks
Yeah.
very young. And so y'all, they're trying to have a legitimate job delivering packages, and y'all want to copy off of the jokers that just got life without parole. You want to copy them, and you want to kill somebody. But you know what? There's something going on, and I hope they're investigating this to the fullest, because in the same state, somebody killed a FedEx driver in his truck. A black guy shot him and killed him. When I was looking at information about this particular incident, I found that story. And it's like you don't see every story because we don't always catch all the news. But this was something that happened, and it was in the recent time frame. I think it was within the year. I think that it was a
Hey,
black guy sitting in his FedEx truck. He was working. He was sitting in the truck in between deliveries, and he was shot and killed in his truck.
wouldn't it be something that's get traced back to them? I would be
It would.
surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised either. And then they're smirking. Let's see how you keep smirking. If they trace that junk back to you, it's crazy. Come on, fellas, get this trash off the stage.
Moving, moving, moving. We keep it moving.
Mm, mm, mm. Okay. I'm sorry. I had to get to my story. Nicole Gibbons, founder, Black entrepreneurs are constantly creating innovative brands that are disrupting the standard traditions of industries. And Nicole Gibbons, founder and CEO of Claire, is one of them. All right. Leading what's said to be the only Black-owned paint brand in the United States, the interior designer has spearheaded simplifying the process of paint shopping through technology. Founded in 2018, Claire has found success within the paint industry and has received co-signs from celebrities like Taraji P. Henson, who has previously highlighted as one of her favorite Black-owned businesses. All righty,
All right,
Nicole.
now. I
All
love
right
it.
now. I mean,
Awesome.
look, and the here's the thing. Everybody need paint. That is awesome. We applaud her 100%. We give her
Yes.
a thumbs up, and we give her an applause. What are
Awesome
your thoughts,
sauce.
Annette? What are your thoughts?
Oh, yeah, I thought it was amazing. And two, it's one thing to have a business and she's successful, but it's another thing when you have somebody co-sign for you, like Taraji. Listen, that's what we need. We need them kind of people. We love y'all. But we're just saying that people can get to some people.
Yes, we need a
Awesome.
co-signer.
Awesome.
Co-signers help.
Yeah.
Co-signers help. Man,
Yeah.
that's amazing. So
And
we
she had something else going on before the paint. She was interior decorator.
right.
So
She was an interior designer.
yeah, so
And doing interior design, I'm sure she was
design.
buying paint. She's like, you know what? Let me be the paint. Let me make the paint. Let me sell the paint. Woo, look at that. Look at God. That is so awesome. I love it when I see stories like that. All right, fellas, take us to the next one.
Moving, moving, moving. We keep it moving.
Okay, this is a very good story. Dr. Jessica Watkins, set to become first Black woman astronaut to spend months in space. Oh man, this April, NASA astronaut Jessica Watkins is set to become the first Black woman to live and work on the International Space Station for an extended mission. This is awesome. This will be Watkins' first trip to space following her selection as an astronaut back in 2017. She will arrive there aboard on SpaceX capsule and then spend 6 months on the ISS as part of NASA's Artemis program. Atkins will cover Atkins will cover a lot of ground on her mission: Earth and space science, biology, science, human research, and to things like the effects of long duration space flight for humans. They're getting ready to send somebody up there needed to live. I think I'll probably stay here though. That's when the astronaut themselves become the lab rats. Watkins told NPR. She told NPR. Watkins said the journey to space has wide range implications. Everything from medical research with direct implants into our daily lives to international collaboration. Even a man tensions, I can't read it there, here on earth between Washington and Moscow over Ukraine. She notes that the U.S. portion of the ISS is docked to the Russian segment. Oh yeah, okay. I'm like, Russian? Wait a minute now. But anyway, this is phenomenal. She's not the first Black woman in space, but she's the first one going to stay long. That's 6 months, a long time.
That's a long time. Yeah. All right, now she better do her thing. I don't have a desire to go up there, so y'all can tell me. Y'all tell me what it looked like.
Yeah,
y'all
tell me about it.
Take a picture.
Take it back so we can put it on Can We Talk.
Yeah, take a picture. We'll feature it on Can We Talk. But we applaud. I don't think I applauded the paint lady, so we ought to applaud the paint lady first. Yes. And then now we're gonna applaud Miss Astronaut who going up there to live in space for a minute. Black girls rock. Yes, Black girls rock. We love it when we see this kind of action. This is awesome. So we do applaud it because this is nothing that I would want to do. But we love it when Black girls rock. So we're celebrating. And fellas, take us to the next one.
Moving. We keep it moving.
Alrighty. Okay. We always have to do the good, the bad, and the ugly, right?
Yeah, we do. I'm glad you got her.
A deputy Virginia attorney general, Monique Miles, resigned after social media posts surfaced in which she praised the Capitol rioters as patriots, falsely claimed Donald Trump won the 2020 election, and espoused conspiracy theories about voter fraud. A spokeswoman for Republican Attorney General Jason Myers confirmed Monique Miles' resignation and said that her posts, first reported by the Washington Post, had been unknown to the office before Thursday morning. The newspaper reported that the social media comments from Miles were not publicly visible, but that Miles said they had not been deleted. Miles, who could not immediately be reached by the AP for comment, told the Post in an email that the posts were being taken out of context, really, and were shared in a character assassination to stir up controversy. The posts were made at a time when the news was still developing. The facts around the election, the court cases, the rally on Ellipse, and what happened at the Capitol, Miles said in the email. The Post reported that was before all of the audits occurred. The posts have been taken out of context. According to the screenshot from one of the Facebook posts published by the Post, Miles praised the Capitol rioters on the afternoon of January 6th. Newsflash, patriots have stormed the Capitol. No surprise. The deep state has awoken the sleeping giant. See? Miles wrote that. Yes, she did. Patriots are not taking this lying down. We are awake, ready, and we'll fight for our rights by any means necessary. Lady, you wrote it. You posted it. You did it.
Yeah.
And you got caught.
And what part was taken out of context?
Ain't nothing to take out of context.
No,
that is a screenshot of your post. You said what you said. Own it, deal with it, and you are who you are. And guess what? We see you.
Yeah. And you lost your job.
We see you here at Can We Talk.
You about to lose your job.
You about to lose. Well, you done lost your job. You done lost your job because you was posting on Facebook. You was posting.
She said that she felt like she was being attacked as a Black woman being a liberal. Nobody attacked you. You wrote that.
It don't matter what you wrote, lady.
Yeah, and it don't matter. It don't matter that the audits hadn't occurred. You what is she she a judge, a lawyer, whatever she is? You shouldn't have did that anyway.
Exactly.
Come on.
Ridiculous. You about to lose your job. You done lost your job because you was posting on Facebook. You was posting on Facebook, and you was saying some negative racist stuff.
She said we are awake, ready, and we'll fight. What are you saying?
You know what she's saying. It's amazing how these idiots always recite the same foolishness. My silliness was taken out of context. Girl, bye. Amen. You know what? We got a positive bell for Jassy Kara on that one. Girl, bye. Bye, bye, bye.
Yeah.
Adios. Ciao, Bella. Girl, bye.
Yeah,
Peace.
he lost. He got
Get out of
his
here
butt
with the
handed to him on the
foolishness.
platter.
And this is what we got for you. Compliments of Movement Worldwide. Can we talk? That was one from me, and this is from Annette.
That's for me.
That's from you. The first
I
one
was trying to
from
find
you.
something nice to say.
Second one ain't nothing nice to say.
She shouldn't have done that. Girl, you even if you have your personal, I have, Anita, so many times I have thoughts. I don't put them on here.
No, you don't post them.
No, ma'am.
And when I do, I'm very tactful.
Me too.
Very tactful, because you have to be careful, because you have to think about what you're posting. I don't care if anybody knows what my views are, what I believe or whatever, but I'm not very vociferous on any social media like that. But I will, there are times that I've been pushed to the limit by Comb Over, and I've said some things, but I'm very tactful with what I say, and it's very blunt and to the point. But I'm not gonna do no foolishness like this.
Nita,
this is ridiculous, huh?
I'm sorry to cut you off. It's Comb Over Messiah.
Y'all, he calls him the Comb Over Messiah.
Oh my
God. The Comb Over Messiah. And that's, you get one for that, okay? You get one for that.
Because they tried to make him be God and he wasn't.
Huh?
They tried to make him a God and he wasn't.
He was not. Listen, they've been trying to make him a God since he got in office. That's some foolishness. With little M. Talk about with the little M. Comb Over Messiah with the little M. Good one, Jassy. Come on, fellas. Let's get this. There's some foolishness that came on the stage, so we needed you to sweep her off. Just sweep her off. Just sweep her off gently. Just sweep her off.
Moving, moving, moving. We keep it moving.
Hey, Annette, and they still pulled the hard. I said sweep soft. They went
moving, moving, moving. We keep it moving.
They still pulled her. They still pulled the hard. Them your fellas in there.
Yeah, she needed to be pulled down. I don't know what made her do that. Oh well. All right. A 29-year-old Florida native, O'Keller, that's where she's from, and lifelong rollerblader, became the first Black woman to win Team USA a gold medal in speed skating Sunday. Past Sunday, Erin Jackson earned her first Olympic medal in women's 500 meter speed skating at the Beijing Games, an event Team USA has not won since 1994. It's been a minute. Jackson finished her lap in a mere 37.04 seconds. That seems to be pretty fast to me. It may seem unlikely that a skater who spent her life on rollerblades could be Olympian on the ice, but Jackson quickly became a gold medal favorite. That is phenomenal. She made her Olympic debut 4 years ago. Oh, Lord. Palachon, that's probably not right, having switched to ice skating roughly a year earlier. She was the first Black woman to make it to Team USA as a speed skater, despite being, let me read that again. Sorry, y'all. She was the first Black woman to make it, to Team USA as a speed skater. Despite being ranked number 1 in the world, Jackson's return to the Olympics was not guaranteed. She stumbled during the Olympic trials, putting a hiccup in her chance for gold. Brittany Bowe, a fellow skater and good friend, offered Jackson her spot in Beijing, calling it the right thing to do. There's not a doubt in my mind that she wouldn't do the same thing for me, Bowe told NBC Sports. Jackson said she lost sleep over her mistake at the Olympic trials and said it was devastating to have potentially lost out on a chance to bring home the medal. Just for her to do something like this for me, it's amazing, Jackson said at the time. I am incredibly grateful. I'm really humbled. And she's just an amazing person. The person who gave up her spot so that she would be able to participate
Wow.
in the Olympics.
Wow.
And she probably did it because she knew that she was a winner. And I was thinking to myself and saying, how many times would a woman do that and adjust somebody and take their crown off and give it to somebody else?
Exactly.
Yeah, that was more amazing to me. I'm glad she won, but that this young lady did this, because we would have probably never heard her name.
We probably never would have.
Mm-hmm.
And she won. That's the thing.
And this young lady probably knew that she, her chances was better than hers.
I saw Connie say she watched the race. I did too. I watched her race, and it was powerful. I was like, oh my God, but her arms are so built. I was like, wow, she really, but you know what? That goes to show you, if you put your mind to something, because she hasn't been on the ice that long.
No.
If you put your mind to something, you can do it. A lot of these people have been training since they were kids. She came in here, she's been doing it, what, 5 years, 6 years, something like that?
When they say Florida, I say Florida.
Yeah. Oh,
and then O'Kell, I was like, wait a minute, when she was on ice.
But she did it.
She did it.
She did it. And it's doable. So that should be encouragement to anybody, no matter what it is. If you put your mind to it, you can. So we do highly, highly applaud this sister. If I wasn't scared of pulling down my green screen, I would stand up and give her a standing ovation. But if I push this chair back too far, my green screen will fall. So I was and we'll give her applause that way. All right, fellas, take us to the next one.
Moving, moving, moving. We keep it moving.
And then here we go. It's like you go from one thing to the next. Team USA shocked that Russia's Kamila Valieva can skate on despite failed drug tests. The young Russian figure skater at the center of an Olympic doping row was cleared today to carry on competing at the Beijing Olympics despite a failed drug test, but she will not receive any medals. She might win in China until her doping case is over, which could take months. The Court of Arbitration for Sport, CAS, cited exceptional circumstances in a ruling out a proposed ban on the 15-year-old Kamila Valieva, saying that to bar her from competing in Beijing would cause her irreparable harm. Whatever. The ruling was slammed by U.S. Olympic chiefs who complained that Russia had once again been allowed to get away with doping. And the International Olympic Committee, which had pressed for a ban, said it will hold back any medals won by the skater, including last week's team gold. Can we get a solid answer on the difference of her situation and mine's? It was the S. Richardson tweeted. Richardson, my mother died and I can't run, and was also favored to be placed top 3. The only difference I see is I'm a Black young lady. That was Sha'Carri Richardson, who was the runner who was set down because of weed. She called out double standards at the Olympics after the Russian athlete could compete despite her failed drug test. Richardson was barred from Tokyo Games after a positive cannabis test in OR, and where it is legal. Only difference, as I see, is I'm a Black young lady. Okay, Annette, I'm going to hear your thoughts.
Okay, now, because I don't know the Olympic rules, but if it's the Olympics that you do every 4 years, then all the rules should be the same across the board.
Right.
Because I read somebody say, "Oh, I'm so sick of Richardson," and she don't know how they do it there. But if it's the Olympics, you should be governed by the same rules. Now I don't know, maybe there are different rules. And then this little young lady, the 15-year-old, they were saying she took her grandfather's medicine by mistake. So my question then, what kind of medicine she been taking? She didn't know it was her grandfather's.
Exactly.
I think they made an exception for her because it said, well, it's going to harm her. So it didn't harm this other young lady. She's not harmed.
Exactly.
So I don't.
Because she was like, she broke the world record and was not able to go.
I'm sorry. I mean, I have seen a lot of negative about Sha'Carri. Well, she just needed to share. She needs to. No, she should speak her mind, because if it's the Olympics every 4 years, like I said, I don't know all the rules, but if I'm a part of something every 4 years, and it's worldwide, then this all the rules, especially when it
It apply
becomes
for everybody. They should go for
everybody.
everybody.
It shouldn't be no except. And then that the case, then I don't see why the girl couldn't have, the other young lady should have been able to run. And
Exactly.
I don't care irreparable damage. And so the other lady wasn't damaged.
Exactly.
This opportunity may never come back for her.
Exactly.
Come around for her. I didn't comment when I saw the negativity because they were really slamming Chicago. You need to shut up. You did that. I want to say you shut up. You're not in her shoes. No, stop telling people how to. You keep telling her how she feel. You don't know. And most of the people can't even run around the corner, let's no run around a track. But everybody expert, and I just think that that to me.
But this is for the committee because I think it's a wrong call because it should matter to everybody. I think it's a wrong call, and we give y'all a thumbs down.
Especially with that, especially with Russia, because they're already in trouble. So you already know what they kind of sneak in what they do.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
that's what they do. That's what they do. But it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I agree. Thank you, Virginia. She said, absolutely. Absolutely. We're in agreement with you. All right, fellas, come on, take us to our next one. We're almost done, y'all. We're almost done.
Moving, moving, moving. We keep it moving.
Okay, it's me, Anita.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This young lady here is Althea. Oh, wait, before I say that, Black women who changed the sport world. So I thought it was kind of fitting because we've been talking about with all the shenanigans that's going on. So Althea Gibbons, she's known as a tennis player. Of course, she's deceased, and she had overcome a racial bias to become the first African American tennis player to win a Grand Slam tournament, the French Championship in 1956. Y'all, before I was born. She went on to win 4 more singles Grand Slams and 6 double titles, and she made, she opened the door. She's a trailblazer for Serena and Venus and so many other Black players on the scene since this time. So how amazing.
Yes, and we applaud her.
Yes.
We can keep going to the next one.
Okay, so you'll read, I'll read, okay, then you can get the next. Okay, Wilma Rudolph. Awesome. Look at, I just love this. Prove equally so in the realm of track and field. Stricken by polio as a young girl, Rudolph regained her strength and went on to win 3 gold medals in the 100 and 200 meter dash and 400 meter relay. At the 1960 Olympics in Rome, she was the first Black American woman to accomplish that feat. And in 1961, she became the first Black woman to win the James E. Sullivan Award, America's highest honor in amateur athletes. So that's Wilma Rudolph. I didn't know she had polio. Listen, this girl came in this with polio. And child, I won't even walk around the track.
Come on. Say it. Talk about Black Girls Rock. Talk about Black Girls Rock. Damn. Look at this right here. Jackie Joyner Kersee and FloJo, the late 1980s marked a golden era for American women in track and field as Jackie Joyner Kersee and Florence Griffith Joyner dominated the Olympics. Joyner Kersee, whom they describe as best of all around female athlete in the world at the time, competed in the long jump and the grueling 2-day long heptathlon, winning 2 golds at the 1988 Olympics in Seoul, Korea. She repeated as the Olympic heptathlon champ in 1992. Joyner, dubbed FloJo, earned a reputation as the fastest woman in the world, smashed world records at the Seoul Olympics, winning gold in the 100 and 200 runs and anchoring gold medal winning U.S. 4 times 100 meter relay. Both Joyner Kersee and Griffith Joyner were winners of the AP Female Athlete of the Year and the Sullivan Award. We give hats off to them. Now, back in the day, everybody wanted to be FloJo and Jackie. Yes. Look at the beauty. Look at the beauty. Look at the beauty right here. Look at that. Look at the legs. Oh, FloJo was so pretty. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Mm-hmm. I love them. And then we have our little queen here who has grown up. We're going to go to Monet Davis in 2014, then 13-year-old Monet Davis became the first African-American girl to ever play in the Little League World Series. Look at her. Look at her. You better go, baby girl. She was the first female to pitch a complete game shutout. And when she led her team, the Taney Dragons, to victory, it marked the first win for a female pitcher. She pitched 70-mile-per-hour fastballs, making throwing like a girl something to envy. That's what I'm talking about. And we do applaud her. I remember when she did her thing. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, they doing it up. They doing it up. They doing it up, ain't they? Oh, black girls certainly rock. Yes, loving the black power, loving the black power. So yeah, we love it. We love it. We love it. We love it. We applaud and we celebrate them. What you thinking there about all them?
You know what? I just think it's so important that sometimes with history, and I'm not going to get into the whitewashing and all that, because really the history is out there. It's up to us to search it. But I think sometimes we just need to be reminded of how fortunate we are, and how there have been people who have really opened the doors for us that we would have never been able to. Like I said, I mean, you know, I don't walk. I do walk. I ain't gonna take that. But you know, so it's amazing to see these women, and when I'm reading about them, I feel so inspired and so empowered that, you know, if they could do that, I can get on the computer and do some stuff. All I do go for one room right here, you know. So we need to look back sometime. Look back where you were. You know, we don't look back because, you know, we want to go back and woe is me. No, we look at where we were because it's got us to where we are now. And prayerfully looking back, and because now we'll be at a moment, we'll be looking back. It'll help us get to where we're going.
Amen.
And that's so important. But anyway, that's it.
All right, good people. Well, we've come to the end of our night. I'm so glad we had this time together. So glad we had this time together. We love being with y'all, but it's time for us to go. But before we go, we want to ask you to do a few things for us. That video that you're watching, it is so important to us that you please like the video, subscribe to the video, and share the video, and leave a comment. If you haven't left comments, go back and leave a comment after we log off so we have comments in our comment section. So please, ma'am, please, sir, subscribe, like, and share. You can also sow a seed into Movement Worldwide via Cash App at $Movement Worldwide, or become a patron by going to our website, movementworldwide.org, and clicking the red button that'll take you to patreon.com. We ask for $12 a month. That's 40 cents a day. But whatever the seed is greatly appreciated. And we thank you all so much for every seed, because it's good seed into good soil. When you sow into this ministry, we always pray that it returns to you 100-fold. And we thank you all so much for following us on all social media platforms. Look for that globe up there. Look for that globe movement. Look for our acronym, Movement Worldwide, and follow us. And you can also email us at info@movementworldwide.org. And before we go, I'm going to give y'all, I'm so glad we had this time together. I had to sing it again because I saw your word. But before we go, I'm going to get a rundown of everything that we have going on. And it goes like this, bro. So we start off our week with Annette L. Anderson on Tuesday. She starts us off, y'all, with TNT. That's Tuesday Night Talk, where we take flight and soar. That speak, orate, articulate, and
break it down, Anita.
Reverberates. I always give a dance on that one. We speak, orate, articulate, and reverberate. And listen, that's Tuesday nights on this platform live every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. And then on Wednesday, come back and join us for this time for Can We Talk with our transformational topic, things that make you go, our power tool, that hard to have conversation, and our tea time topics. Boom! Join us every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. live right here on Facebook and YouTube. And then on Friday nights, if you are not on Clubhouse, get on Clubhouse, because we are there live on Clubhouse with our discussion, Finding Balance with 20 and 20, 2020 and 2021 merged together. 2022, we finding how to figure it out. And listen, it's a great conversation, but if you don't know how to download that app and get into our Movers and Shakers room, all you have to do is, bam, text the word movers to 954-820-5050, 954-820-5050, 954-820-5050. There she go, y'all. There she go. 954-820-5050. Text the word movers, and you will get a text with a link that brings you straight into our Movers and Shakers room. And that's Friday nights at 8 p.m. on Clubhouse. And then on Saturdays, first and third Saturday, we are again on Clubhouse with the collaboration. We join forces with Elder Moselle Mason, and we are praying through the pandemic. Yes, every first and third Saturday at 10 a.m. And again, text the word movers to 954-820-5050 to get the link. And then on Sundays, we are right back on this platform with Power Walk Sunday, where we inspire and motivate you to walk into your God-given destiny with power and conviction, where there is always, say always, Annette.
Always.
Where there is always a word for you. Your last words?
Just want to thank you for sharing with us. Thank you for Virginia, it's my sister-in-law. I just want to thank everybody for coming on and sharing with us. We are so grateful and humbled that people will even come listen. But we really do believe we have something to say. So please come back and join us. Come back next week, and any other. Anita went down the literature, what we do. So please come back. And when you do, bring somebody. We would appreciate it. Thank you so much. Love you.
Exactly. Bring somebody back with you. Bring Lottie, Dottie, and everybody. So we'll be right back here, y'all, for another event. And listen, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all so much. We hate to go, but we gotta. So enjoy your week. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your week. Be safe. And then let's talk about love. Tell me how you wanna be loved. So y'all have a great one. We love y'all, and we'll see y'all next time. Have a good one.
Walk into your God-given destiny with power and conviction with Power Walk Sunday. Each and every Sunday at 10 a.m. live on multiple platforms. TNT, that's Tuesday Night Talk with Annette L. Anderson, every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. live on multiple platforms. Go where you can soar. That's Speak It, Orated, Articulated, and Reverberated. When we eat well, we live well, and all will be well. Go to elbewell.com, join the journey, and take your life back. You can also join Eat Well, Live Well, Be Well every second and fourth Saturday at 3 p.m. for Be Well, a health and wellness series. If you don't have your copy, get yours today at Amazon.com. That's Living Life One Quote at a Time by Annette L. Anderson. Helping us grow spiritually together. Tired of the fluff and puff of playing church? Ready to be a powerful vessel? Ready to work the word? Join Connie Green every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on Facebook Live. And we're here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. live with Can We Talk? Your co-hosts, Annette L. Anderson and Anita Faye Wilson, with Tea Time Topics, where we discuss trending subjects and current events. You can also discuss these with your Can We Talk coffee mug. Email us at info@movementworldwide.org. They're $15, and that includes shipping. Make a donation via Cash App at $Movement Worldwide, or go to our website, click the Patreon button, and sow a seed of $12 per month. That's 40 cents a day. Whatever the seed, it's greatly appreciated. Be sure to follow us on all platforms. Click the notification button, subscribe, like, and don't forget to share.